Hey everyone, welcome to Voices of Vision. Today on Voices of Vision, we are joined by an inspiring leader whose journey beautifully blends technology, talent, and transformation. Parul Khurana is a computer science expert with degrees from Illinois Institute of Technology and Bharatiya Vidyapeeth. She's worked with tech giants like Qualcomm and Samsung and received recognition from institutions across Asia. Parul is more than an impressive resume. She is a classical Kathak dancer, a soulful singer, and a passionate mentor. As a country coordinator for the Art of Living Cambodia and a board member of the Indian Chambers Cambodia, she empowers youth through workshops that combine purpose with practical tools for success. Let's welcome the dynamic and multifaceted Parul Khurana to the show. Welcome, Parul, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting and happy to meet you, Shruti.
Same. Thank you so much. So, Parul, let's just dive directly into the lot of questions that we have in our minds to know from you. So, you are on a mission to help young professionals live in a better quality of life. In today's fast-paced world, what does that truly mean to you?
Youngsters have a lot of energy,
Mhm,
and if we are together, this is the young blood that can actually bring a change.
mhm,
But very unfortunate that we see around many young people have lost direction. There are
yes.
three, four issues around which the life gets stuck. That
Mhm,
normally last 15 years I've been working around these people. And it can be one, I don't know which career. I may
true.
land up anywhere. I have no direction. My peer is doing it. My cousins are doing it. My parents have told me that's why I'm here. So this clearly indicates lack of clarity. Second, relationship issues have become very, very dominant. And third could be addictions. Addictions could be really anything. It could be drinking. It could be your screen usage. So I see this whole beautiful time of a human life
Mhm.
needs that direction to go ahead and channelize their energy in a way they can utilize this energy better. And when we do that, life becomes so much meaningful. When life becomes more meaningful, then every day becomes okay, let me do something. That kind of energy, enthusiasm just comes from inside. You don't need external sources to let you know, oh, today I have to do this, oh, this should be my next thing. No, you just automatically get driven by your inner voices, and that gives my life a lot of meaning
Mhm.
because through the art of living programs that we are teaching youngsters,
Mhm.
to the art and skill to calm down their mind. And the whole youth workshop is around these areas where the life can get stuck, and if that can get stuck, it can get stuck very badly. you know but it's not a one day thing. It's not a 1 week thing. It's a long term hand holding journey. And when we do that, there is definite transformation.
Awesome.
So this is what it means.
Absolutely, Parul. And, I can see how much inner motivation you have because at this hour, when we are recording this almost 10 o'clock at night, you are full of energy. And that's, I think, what you are, giving it to your mentees and people who are associated with you.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.
Today, I have been into classroom talks from morning, and the energy is super low. But when I'm talking about what the purpose of life is, then that energy just comes. It's not just about the body, it comes from the inner source. You should really connect to something that you really feel you are born to do. And then there is no lack of energy. You will find a way to do things.
Absolutely. I can see that in your demeanor right away. So, Parul, getting into this journey, what role has your family, your upbringing, your personal struggles played in shaping the mission and the woman that you've become?
A lot, because my family has been a very spiritual family. I would not say religious, a
Mhm.
spiritual based family.
Okay.
And we have seen a lot of struggles. My both side grandparents are mm, uh, from that area, which is Punjab in Pakistan. So they
Okay.
literally came into clothes when the partition happened, and they started from scratch. Like my father at an age of 16, 17, he has done several kind of works along with his main job in the bank. He has
Mhm.
really been a lift man and on the road selling things, that kind of struggle. And
Okay.
when I was 6 months old, my father met with an accident, and my mother had to take up the entire, responsibility of the house of both of us, me and my brother, and the entire family. So a lot of struggles we have seen from childhood. But I think when there are struggles, you can go deeper into yourself. And
Mhm.
that is the time when you see there is lack in the house, you start taking up responsibility like a child. So there was always more perseverance, there was always more tolerance. I did not realize this when I was a child or I was growing up also, but now I realize
Mhm.
that that struggle has really played a lot of role for me to go through challenges and then find a way through it. For me, it is because I have seen it through my mother, I have seen it through my family. My father, even with 8 surgeries, now he's nearing 70. He still
Mhm.
works 14 hours a day. Like hard work is in the blood because they have started everything from scratch. So it has come into us. So I think family values, family structure plays a lot of role in shaping you and deciding what you want to do.
Awesome. I mean, you have seen it all from having nothing to going and getting everything and following your life and dreams and purpose. This is amazing. So, as a coach, what is that one piece of advice you wish more people would hear and actually follow?
Learn the skill to silence the mind because it is from the mind we live our quality of life.
Mhm.
And if you can learn the skill to just silence the mind, you gain back your energy. When you gain back your energy, you gain a lot of awareness.
Mhm.
जब सजगता आती है तो आपसे कुछ गलत काम होता ही नहीं है. फिर आप जब गलत चीजें होती नहीं है तो आप रिग्रेट भी नहीं करते हो.
सही है.
So the whole thing is actually boiling down to your state of mind. So
Mhm.
through art of living programs, we teach a technique, beautiful technique, which was found by Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji. It's called
Mhm.
Sudarshan Kriya. It's a 20 to 30-minute technique. You can practice every day, and I'm a Sudarshan Kriya practitioner for last more than 15 years. And it may sound not very interesting that you are doing a breathing technique every day, but
Mhm.
I tell you this, if you cultivate this discipline long term, your life goes, it saves you from so many things.
Yeah.
My regular things are I don't get tired easily. I can keep working. And
Mhm.
I think it's a lot of strength. These days, not the work, but the thoughts about work make people tired so much mentally.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is very draining. I agree. Just the thought that, okay, there are 10 tasks to do, it definitely is draining. And
Yeah, and if there are deadlines more than the work that you have to complete before the deadline, it's the thought of the deadline that makes you so drained.
absolutely.
So our emotions keep playing so much role of wasting our time and energy. And I think we are born to evolve as a human. You are born to evolve through this. And meditation here plays a big, big role.
Oh.
So even for, although I teach a lot of programs for elders, adults, even corporates, even everywhere you name it, college faculties or school faculties. But my main core area, which is very close to my heart, is training youngsters.
Mm-hmm.
Although this age group is absolutely not interested in breathing and meditation, but
Yes.
how we bring them to this skill, we relate all the life skills to this one thing,
Okay.
and then slowly they see that a lot of things are evolving in them.
Wow.
So, as a coach, one thing, learn to silence the mind. And that art, slowly, once you master it, life becomes very, very better and meaningful and happier.
Wow. I mean, this is a thought that does not come to most people, thinking of how to be silent. I mean, and silencing your mind is like a big art. And you've mentioned one very important way of doing it as well. Apart from this, like you've been a faculty member with Art of Living and you've trained like more than 50,000 people. And when you've been talking about Art of Living, I am remembering a time when I did, like, I was probably in class 11 or 12 when there was one Art of Living event happening and my friend forced me to join. I don't remember much about it, but I always remember a story, where they had mentioned that it's your own thought process or your own perspective about the other person that makes you feel that someone has changed when you're in a relationship. And that stayed with me for almost 30 years now. So I don't know how much impact other processes of Art of Living gave me, but yes, this did. So apart from Sudarshan Kriya, what is that one lesson or practice from this journey that has stayed closest to your heart?
I would say not being reactive to things. Take a moment to think how you can overcome this situation. I did not have this art, to be honest, Shruti. I will just completely be very open. I did not have this art, and I have been a very reactive child and a very
Okay.
angry child from childhood. Some things you carry from behind, you are
Yeah.
born with it. But
Yes.
only over a period of time, now I'm talking with 15 years, more than 15 years of experience, I have cultivated this change that, okay, if this has happened, now let me absorb it first, and then I will see how I can overcome it.
Oh, wow.
Overcome the whole thing. I'll tell you an incident.
Mm-hmm.
So, we were sent to Cambodia to start the art of living. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when we landed there, I found out that people could not understand our English. The accent was very different than what they could. This is Cambodia 15 years back, not now. Now, many people are used to the young crowd is more likely. They are very easy for anybody to converse. That time it was not.
Yeah.
And literally, I had no way to communicate. And normally in my like I'm not like praising myself, but usually if people go there and then see nothing is working out, they would like to come back.
Mm-hmm.
But something in me that told me that I am sent here by my guru, let me do something and come back. I will not come back saying that I couldn't do much. So literally I after at least 6 7 months of struggle and nothing happening, and we were almost zero with all our resources that we had taken,
Mm-hmm.
we I got hold of 3 4 people, young girls, and I really spent few days with them understanding their lifestyle. And then I understood few things, that if I have to crack through their minds and bring them to the courses,
Mm-hmm.
I will have to be like them. I can't be a separate person coming from a different country and teaching them something. Nobody likes to take that, right?
Yes,
So
definitely.
I literally learned their language for 3 months, and it's an easy language, and I can pick up language a little better. So I could just grasp words which could be conversational.
Yeah.
And I literally designed a program which was suiting their routine. Women there, they will do at least 2 jobs and a business.
Oh
It's
my.
unlike India. It's completely unlike in here. Students or young professionals, they do one thing, and I think we are very blessed with that. But people there, it's a struggle to survive. Both have to earn and earn very well. The economy is very, very costly. I mean, it's a dollarized economy.
Yeah.
So, and it is a female driven society,
Oh,
unlike ours. So
yeah.
So a male will go and after marriage will stay with the female with, in her house.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. I don't know good or bad, but it's a different thing, So
Yeah.
to understand that and to just get in my head that, okay, these are the ways I have to. So I literally took 2, 3 months to just think how I can cater to them better. And once we came up with that solution, in our first program, there were around 80 odd people. And
Wow.
then almost every month we replicated the same thing for almost 2 years, 2, 3 years, unless COVID hit. And then we had hundreds of people coming every month.
Absolutely
You know,
wonderful. I mean, that means you must have put in so much of hard work to
it's not
get
about
it
hard
in
work, Shruti.
place.
It's about thinking and in a proper state of mind, knowing what I can do. Hard work, we know people can do it, but it's
Yeah.
not just about hard work. It's also about how well you can cater to your audience, or what purpose you are living your life, how you can better deliver that.
Wow.
That art will come from a silent mind. And once you put in your, Gurudev says something very beautiful. He says, प्रयत्न और प्रार्थना दोनों साथ होनी चाहिए. You have to be doing effort and you have to be prayerful. So
Absolutely.
as a meditator for last 15 years, I have seen that almost every prayer is answered. And that's the connection with Mother Nature that you get as a meditator. So your
Absolutely.
efforts are, if they are in place, I mean, efforts many people can do. Many people do hard work, but the results are, you understand, right? It's not,
Absolutely. It's
yeah,
not as effective because
yeah,
it's not together.
yeah.
It's not aligned. Yeah. This is such a deep inner awareness that you have. And this sounds very simple when you're saying it because probably you are practicing it for 15 years. But for a person who's a newbie to this, it would take, again, probably like you have practiced for 15 years, some good long years to get into that. So, when you are doing such deep practices and, especially things sometimes feel overwhelming, I'm sure it was very overwhelming when you went to Cambodia and you went into this whole journey. So, any personal practice that you do every day in your daily life, something which is not very technical, at the same time something which is easy to follow for our audience if they are not ready to get into the art of living or into the meditation, is there some small daily practice that you can share about?
Shruti, honestly, go for the Art of Living's first level program, which is happiness program. 4 days. You don't need much, 4 days. And then stay connected with your teacher. If anybody would like to stay connected with me, I'm also taking online programs. So it becomes very easy now. After COVID, life has become,
Yes.
has opened very different dimensions.
Yes.
And then from there, one practice that I'm definitely follow, is listening to some wisdom.
Okay.
I don't know about other countries, but my country, I'm born in a land where um, the best of the knowledge is available. You
Yes.
pick up any scripture. I would have never ever touched any scripture if I would not have been in touch with Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar. As a youngster, I got that bent after coming into the Art of Living programs, that I could really understand that, let me read scriptures. Because when I heard from him, I found this is so great a knowledge. And if I follow even 10% of this in my life, I can blossom. I can deal with situations better. I can deal with people so much better.
Yes,
For
definitely.
example, Gita.
Yeah.
I think it is very ununderstandable for people. Like my dadi used to read Gita every day. I remember every day of my childhood with one shloka, two shlokas of Gita, but I hardly could understand it unless I heard it from a guru, my guru, and then when he will share with real life examples, it just gets downloaded. So I
Yeah.
make sure that one practice is, of course, my Kriya and meditation practice. I spent minimum of half an hour a day. I think that's a good enough time everybody should invest, because
Mhm.
our mind is more powerful than the body, and it needs more care than the body.
Yes,
That is
I
one.
totally agree. Totally agree.
And the second practice is some 10 minutes of wisdom a day. Because when you absorb that, in the first time, you may not get it,
Mhm.
but when a situation occurs, no, यू समटाइम एक वो बल्ब जलता है और वो आपको याद आ जाता है, यार ये आई थिंक दिस इज दैट, लेट मी जस्ट somewhere it will pop up from I don't know where, and then you can deal with things so much better, you can understand your own mind so much better.
I think you've been talking so much about the mind that silencing your mind is so important, and definitely you've done it so beautifully with your inner awareness. Now I want to understand. You are a singer, right? You love music. You love singing. So how has music played a role in this personal growth and your life journey and transformation journey?
So as I was mentioning that my whole background, family background, has been spiritual. So
Mm-hmm.
my mother had put me into singing when I was 6 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea was not spiritual growth, but the idea was I used to have bad throat every now and then, and somebody told her, you put her through singing, she will develop better throat resistance. That was the reason she had put me. But
Okay.
with that practice, and my music teacher was I think one of a very divine person. He's
Mm-hmm.
no more now. And the whole practice of the classical art form, no,
Mm-hmm.
it brings you to the ground. It doesn't let you be a very flying person, you
Okay.
develop some grounding when you are in touch with any kind of Indian classical art.
Okay.
I have developed, not it was not there before, but now I have developed a lot of love, respect, and gratefulness about our culture,
Mm-hmm.
because the way our whole traditions, culture, things are, that is to blossom a human personality. So I was in the whole of schooling. I had been doing the singing, giving exams and all. It definitely brought a lot of stability, especially an emotional balance, which is very much required in women.
Hmm.
You know,
True.
and both my art forms that I have learned for a long, long period of time, it is singing and Kathak. It has
Mm-hmm.
brought a lot of stability in me, because I was grown up in an environment which was emotionally very turbulent because of my mother taking entire responsibility, the house, and I did not have cousins to play with. We hardly had family times to go out, because of my father's health. So these things really helped me to stabilize.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. It's so beautiful to understand that how these art forms have an impact on our life. People who are actually practicing or have learned it for a really long time, I'm sure most of them must be feeling similar kind of feelings. So, with coming to music and with knowing your long journey with music, if life was a song, which one would it be and why?
Oh, this is a difficult question for me. If like which song it is.
So, any favorite song which you really associate with your life? Maybe something like that. If that makes it easy. If it doesn't, we can just leave this question and hope we get your answer sometime soon and our audience will know it. Maybe through your reel or maybe, sometime again if we are meeting up on a podcast.
So I I conduct devotional evenings,
Mm-hmm.
singing evenings,
Okay.
and if with the guitar in a nice rhythm for youngsters also.
Mm-hmm.
So all I can say, singing is I mean, for me, the first thing that will come to my mind is devotional only, or something that brings you to a little calmer and, very spiritual kind of thing. My whole making is a little spiritual, so
Yes.
that's how it is, Shruti.
Okay, great. So when you were talking of this devotional and spiritual, there's this new movie that's come up, Tanvi. When I went to see that movie, she is talking about going to a temple to her grandfather, and her grandfather says, "I don't believe." And she's like, "I will go on a day when I really want to thank God and not ask for something." And that was like a bulb on moment for me, because I felt we all go to temples or pray to God when it comes to asking and not thanking. So I think seeing you being so spiritual is making me feel, yes, you must be thanking God on a daily basis rather than asking for something from God. So wonderful.
It was not the case sometime back, but
Okay.
now I think with the kind of whatever life events that have happened,
Mm-hmm.
I think the expectation behind things that I do has
Mm-hmm.
much reduced.
Okay.
And all the spiritual practices have played a big role in this. So,
Abs-
if earlier, if I am really working for something, for example, I remember I really worked hard for IIT mains that time, but I couldn't clear. That time I would feel so sad about the whole thing. But now, if some failure comes, it hits me. It's not, it doesn't hit me, but it is very easy for me to digest and then come back.
mm. Okay.
So the expectation that, okay, I'm working so hard and I should get result. When you work hard, you expect also, no? And if
Yes.
that doesn't happen, then your heart breaks. But now I still do it with that intensity, but and I mean, the intention is to get the result, but if I don't get it, also I'm okay with it. I think this is a very big strength that I have cultivated through whatever life and things that I'm doing.
Absolutely. I agree. It's a big strength to be calm, whether it is failure or success. Yes. So, if I ask you to describe a vision of your life, with not your titles, your roles, your responsibilities, but the essence, what would that be?
Could you say the question again?
Yeah. So, if I'm asking you to describe a vision of your life, okay, but not with your titles, maybe, a practitioner or a meditator or a coach or a wife or a mother or a daughter or whatever, those roles, responsibilities, titles, if all of them are not there, what would your vision be?
My vision would align with my guru's vision
Mm-hmm.
to bring people to um, or contribute in people's lives in a way that they can get more inner strength. If I contribute in anybody's life, contributing inner strength,
Mm-hmm.
I feel this is the highest you can contribute. You
Wow.
can contribute anything, like donating clothes or helping a friend out of a situation. Or if somebody is not able to earn money, you say, okay, you take mine, you can return me later. All that,
Mhm.
everything is help. But when you आप किसी व्यक्ति को अंदर से सशक्त करते हो, when you bring that inner strength out of somebody, it is, I think, one of the best, and it's a thankless job. You don't expect people to like God will shower blessings, but even that, the whole thing is um, a part of my vision.
Wow, wow, this is amazing. I mean, yes, contribution is a very, very important factor in everybody's life, and having this kind of vision to give inner strength is amazing. So, with this vision, is there something that you feel is still unfulfilled? And something that makes you feel that yes, it's calling you, you are wanting to go forward towards it, it's just around the corner kind of a feeling. Do you have any thought in your mind that goes to that kind of a feeling?
Yes, You have asked me the right question. I'm really working to develop an online community
Okay.
because I feel today the world is not the same like 10 years before, especially after COVID.
Yes.
People are more online. Online is a world which we never experienced when we were growing up.
Yes.
And this is also one example of that. We
Yes,
meeting
absolutely.
first time. So I
Absolutely.
want to make some difference to people's lives developing something online. And it is just round the corner. I just have to come up with the right thing and an approach to uh, reach out to people, and it will happen.
Wow.
Only that my attention gets diverted into many things, and I have not been able to give it a proper thought with a child, with so much of going out, with this and that project coming in, with
Absolutely.
earning money, whatever, three, four roles that I'm playing.
Yes.
This one is just around the corner. I'm working for it. Already started. Let's see when it happens.
Awesome. All the best, Parul, for that. And we are really hoping that you come up with something so that our audience also becomes aware of it and they can take up you on that. So, what is that one message that you would like to whisper into our audience's heart today?
Do not feel low in any situation. There is a way out. And know that when you have that faith that there is a higher power taking care of your life and there is a bigger plan for you, because that is why this happened, then I tell you, life is very interesting and it's a learning every moment. So once you go little beyond your emotions and um, your mindset, you will really see there is an ocean of blessings and learnings coming your way. You just need to walk the path, you know.
Amazing. I really hope our audience feels inspired by this. But my next question to you is probably the last question as well. That if someone is in that situation, what is the first step they can take to encourage themselves for a better quality of life? This is a beautiful thought to, not feel low, but what is that first step that they can take to move to that step?
Reach out to the right person, not to a friend who will give you 100 things. He's in the same boat. Normally we share with people who are in the same boat, right? We
Yes.
just need the right thing. And as I have been multiple times telling, one more times repetition, learning to handle your mind will be your greatest strength. You know, Shruti, before, like I told you, I didn't have many cousins or not even many friends when I grew up. I used to feel the lack of somebody to share things with, that you are going through. And this particular lack can lead you to different directions in life, which are not very good.
Yes.
The feeling of lack never results in something amazing for you. It results in a dependency for another person. Something like work can be anything, some addiction can be anything. But when you learn to fill the lack, that filling up the lack, you really, if you get a support, you're okay. If you don't get a support, you are still okay to manage and go ahead. You can sleep with a smile on your face that today's day has ended. And I think very less people on the planet can understand this unless you really experience. So if you feel inspired, come, let's start the journey. And then you can, slowly, it will not happen in 1 2 days, but over a period of time, you definitely will.
Absolutely wonderful. I mean, reaching out, that is like the most striking thing. We don't want to because we are so thinking that so many people will judge us, talk about us, feel biased, will feel that we are a very low person. But yes, reaching out is definitely important. So, Parul, my last question, if someone wants to reach out to you from our audience, how do they connect with you?
Okay, so you can ping me on Instagram
Mm-hmm.
and we will be in touch with you. And
Mm-hmm.
as I said, I am just around the corner to introduce anybody who's interested to my online community through a series of online workshops that I'll be hosting. And from the workshop, if you feel you want to get deeper connection and you want to learn more, then you can enroll into programs.
Okay. Great, great. Thank you, Parul. Thank you for being here and thank you for sharing such insightful, motivating words with us, motivating ideas and concepts that can help us to move forward and evolve in life. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shruti, for giving this platform to not just me, to many, so that the voices could be heard, and this whole initiative of yours also somewhere uplifts a human being, So anything that contributes in upliftment is something to be really appreciated. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm really grateful, Parul.
All right.